Your job is to get into med school. Your advisor's job is to protect your college's reputation. They're not stupid, they're just playing a different game. And that's why their advising feels vague and generic. Follow their advice and you'll join the 30,000 premeds every year who don't get in anywhere. I'm a doctor, an anesthesiology resident in New York City, and I help thousands of premeds get into their dream med schools. Here are 10 brutally honest tips no premed advisor will tell you because, well, they can't. Starting with number 1, choose the harder major. Neuroscience, not psychobiology. At UCLA, I majored in neuroscience, and by every metric, that was an insane decision. You're pre-med, so why not major in something easier, like psychobiology? Their average GPA is at least 0.4 higher, and you'll have to study far less for far better grades. And you can take that extra time, get more clinical experience, and spend more time in lab. You want to get into med school, right? Yes, but this ignores one critical point. Your mission in life is far greater than just getting into med school. I took a psych course, I hated it. It felt inauthentic, and truthfully, I probably would have done way worse in the easier major because I genuinely didn't like what we were studying. The major that gets you into med school is the one you're excited to actually put in the work and study for. Choose that one. But come on, Mike, we're here because we want to get into med school. We need to play the game, right? Well, yes and no. No, because you don't need to sell your soul. Yes, because you do need to know what adcoms are really looking for. And I'm not talking about reading Reddit's "what are my chances" threads or guessing based on some vague adcom interview or well-meaning upperclassman who hasn't even applied to med school yet. I'm talking about real, actual, accepted applications. Our application database features 8 full AMCAS applications that earned acceptances to the best medical schools in the country. And that's just one part of our brand new pre-med bundle we're excited to share forever free. Over 22,500 premeds are part of our community. To join, click the pre-med bundle link in our description box below now. Tip number 2, this is what hard feels like. There will be a night where you can't figure out any of the OChem problem sets and you still have to write that essay. On top of that, you'll have debilitating cystic acne and you won't feel like yourself. You'll get rejected from a club you spent hours applying to. You'll send 50 shadowing emails and 2 doctors will respond, both to apologize because they can't help you. This is all normal. This is what hard feels like, and this is why most premeds don't make it. Tip number 3, real leadership is different from resume leadership. I was a president of Brain Sport. It was the worst mistake I ever made. That's because I paired this fancy title with the fact that the club did absolutely nothing. That means when I was leading the ship, nothing got done. Resume leadership is bold words on a PDF. Real leadership is real impact, helping real people, problems, and populations. And this is what tips your advisors won't tell you actually looks like. Not just shadow more doctors, but real attention to detail, real specific decisions that separate applicants who get in versus those who don't. And if you're applying to medical school in the coming year or 2, you want brutally specific guidance. If that's you, then click the application cycle advising link and book a free strategy call before we're full for the cycle. We can only support 4 students per month. Tip number 4, 904-635-507. Most premeds think that the fastest way to being rejected is to have a bad application. But I've reviewed real premeds with 3.29 GPAs who have earned full ride scholarships to Mount Sinai and Emory. And that's because they did a great job making their bad application feel human. They took the opportunity to show how much they've grown since. The truth, however, is that the fastest way to being rejected is to have a generic application. Cookie cutter premeds feel like robots. So remember, you're more than your student ID, your GPA, and your MCAT. You're a DJ, you're a community health advocate, you're a Harry Potter nerd. Those things make you human, so don't lose them. Tip number 5, the friendliest fire is the most dangerous. Every year, thousands of freshman premeds walk onto campus and they nail their first quarter. An A in Gen Chem, an A in Intro to Bio, an A in whatever GE they signed up for. And to them, that becomes license to go from 12 units to 19, to add research in 3 clubs. And very quickly, they realize they can't handle it. And when you look back, you realize that they never had to do that. No one ever forced themselves to shoot themselves in the foot. The pre-med journey is difficult enough. Don't make it harder with unforced errors like overcommitting too early. Tip number 6, you can have it all. Melissa Chin is a Harvard medical student who is into fashion and paid her tuition from her sponsorship deals. Austin Price is a literal vascular surgeon who, during residency, started a test prep business bringing in $500,000 annually. And how did they do it? They said no to mindlessly scrolling on social media. They said no to that Friday night party they didn't really want to go to anyway. They did what was required to be world class in whatever they chose. You can do the same. You can have it all. You just have to pay the price of admission. Tip number 7, Join a productive research lab. Every pre-med I know tries to find the lab with the most publications. Makes sense. More papers on your CV, the better chances, right? Wrong. I've talked to many AMCAS, and publications matter way less than you think. They want to know if you understand what you did in that research lab. The most productive research isn't the one that publishes the most. It's the one that gives you real mentorship, lets you run your own project, and challenges you with a team that actually knows what they're doing. That's the lab that gives you something to really say in your interview. Find that lab and the publications will follow. Get it backwards and your competitiveness tanks. Tip number 8, multitasking is awful. Sometimes. Study with your phone in your room and you'll do worse. Scroll social media while you're in the gym working out and you'll find that the workout takes way longer. People think that multitasking is bad, but they're wrong. It's not the full story. I personally love calling my family and friends while walking. I studied abroad to do both physics and see another country. And when I'm doing stupid busy work like writing emails or clicking around, I watch the LA Lakers or New York Knicks break my heart. The rule is simple. Do 2 tasks that use 2 different parts of your brain. Those can run in parallel. 2 things that need the same parts of your brain cannot. Walking, for example, doesn't need your prefrontal cortex. A phone call with your family does, so you can run them together. Get that distinction right and you'll find an extra hour in your day that you didn't know that you had. Tip number 9, answer the question, remember the audience. I've read thousands of personal statements, and the ones that get rejected have 2 things in common. The first is that they never answer the question. The prompt asks, why do you want to go to medical school? Not why will you be successful in medical school? Not what type of doctor will you become? The second is that they forget that they're writing to an AdCom. The AdComs are likely full-time doctors. Do not share your medical emergency, get into your preacher's pulpit, and tell AdComs what medicine is like. They already know. Avoid these 2 mistakes and you've already beaten 60% of the applications they'll read this year. Tip number 10, network up and down, side to side. Every pre-med focuses on the people above them, the PI, the professors, the attending physicians, and those people matter. My mentors wrote the letters that got me in. But here's what no one tells you. Your peers will save your life. I was ready to quit more than once, and it wasn't a professor who pulled me back. It was a friend who showed up at my door at midnight when I failed the midterm. Build both networks, up and down, and left and right. Your mentors got you into medical school. Your friends will get you there in one piece. And here's the part that your pre-med advisor will definitely skip. That classmate sitting right next to you, competing with you today, will be your colleague in 10 years. So treat them like it. 10 years ago, I was a pre-med who didn't have a doctor in my family and an advisor who gave me the safest possible answer to every question. Today, I'm a doctor, and these are the 10 things I wish someone had just told me more directly. If you want 10 more, they're right here. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.